Okay. Call the planning commission to order. It's 7:15. Present are all commission members. Severn Johnson, Wayne Franson, John Stout, and Lori Thomas. Severn, would you offer invocation for us? Sure. Lori, would you lead us in the pledge?
Our kind and gracious, eternal Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this opportunity to meet together as a planning commission this evening. Bless us in our deliberations that we may have Thy Spirit to guide us to that which will be best for our community. We are grateful for all the blessings that Thou hast bestowed upon us. Keep us safe in this area, and we pray for these things in the name of Thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both. Open the time for any public comment. Any hands raised? None here. None there. Thanks, Brian. Very good. We will close public comment then and go to our business part of
We're going
it.
to have a public hearing.
Thank you. Yep. One item for public hearing tonight is the conditional use application from Three Bridges. And I think there's a copy of it here. I believe I mentioned it to you in a previous meeting, just in passing. What this is they want to have a gravel operation down here. We're a little late in starting, Jody.
Okay, Brian didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Fine. Thanks.
Okay. They want to start moving this pile down here by the mailboxes and do a gravel sorting and that they will use then for their roads. Felt that they needed to have a conditional use permit to do that. They're fine with it. They haven't started yet, obviously. So that's what that's about. And we published a notice about the public hearing for anybody who wanted to make comments about it. We didn't receive any outside of the meeting. Their plans are to move the gravel in the process and move the gravel to further to the east. So eventually this big pile of gravel down there will be moved as part of this operation.
Are they screening it? Is that what they're doing?
They are. Yeah.
Separating.
They've agreed to put water trucks down there also to lessen the dust that be coming from that. So we've looked at it, city, we don't have any objections to them.
And this seems to say that part of it is on-site rock crushing. And so I guess they're going to crush the bigger ones and then separate the dirt from the gravel that's left.
Yeah. So one of the biggest things is we require them to have a SWIP plan. So that will keep the area clean and keep inspections, regular inspections of it, and make sure that they're in compliance with their SWIP plan. Their SWIP plan was like 40 pages. Everything they had to comply with.
Where they have that stored, is that in Woodland Hills or is it?
It is. We own that piece of property there is in our city limits.
They won't be crushing in Woodland Hills, right? It'll be in Salem. Are they moving it back over that way?
They are further to the east, but they'll be,
They're just gonna be picking this up and then taking it to the.
no, they're gonna do
The
a
crusher, I
separated
think.
crusher.
He's in our
We're gonna
area.
have one in our area as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
And so that's why they're keeping water truck there and some of these crushers have, I understand, water in them as part of their operation. I don't know if that will happen with them or not, but we'll keep our eye on that, on the dust control. So it'll probably be hard to separate with the work they're gonna be doing on Woodland
I
Hills
was gonna
Drive.
say, nobody's gonna get down there
Nobody
anyway.
knows, you know,
It looks like pure rocks. I don't know what they need to separate.
yeah.
I think it's pretty good fit right now.
Yeah. So, any questions about that? Now, let me, I'll take a motion on recommending these, our conditional use permits go to the city council. And so, I'll need to take a recommendation to them from the planning commission. So if anyone wants to make the motion,
I'll make a motion to approve the conditional use permit
okay,
for Three Bridges as crushing operation.
I'll second that.
okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Very well. Move that to the city council. Make them aware of it. They can discuss it further. Let's go to item 6, then approval of March 18, 2026 Planning Commission meeting minutes. I didn't get any comments back on it from sending the
I
minutes.
made a comment.
What was it, Severin? Well, you said it
There
was
was
good.
no adjournment, but we did
Oh.
have an adjournment,
Yeah,
you know, and we voted
I
on
left
it,
that
but it
off.
wasn't on the
on the
minutes.
minutes. Okay, I'll get back in there and attach that. Okay, with that one correction then, I'll take a motion on the minutes for March 6th, 18th.
I'll make a motion to approve the March 18th minutes with the correction of including the adjournment.
Okay, is there a second to
I'll
that?
second it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very well, thank you. I will make that change. The next item is item 8, and there's a request being made by Summit Creek. Bucky's here tonight to talk to us about it. To amend their plat, their final plat, and to actually add 2 lots to it. And those lots are where those arrows are shown on there. Bucky, let me turn time over to you and you can explain that. I've given them a copy of the final plat, so I don't know to show where it is. I don't know if we need to do that.
Yeah, if you've got it, that's fine. You should see two lots. There's one that's 237. And then there's one that's 247. Is that the arrows? What the
Yes.
arrows are putting it?
Yeah.
So on our original plat, we plan to include 237 in our next phase, which we plan to develop, in the next year or two. Because we thought that it was going to be easier to access that lot to build a home on one of the future roads that's behind those lots in our master plan. Now that we've cut that road in, and we're looking at the grades, it looks like we can access that lot and build a a house easily from the road that we've cut in. And so,
So that'd be on Eagle Nest, then the continuation of Eagle Nest,
yeah,
down around, okay?
exactly. So that would be considered the frontage, and um, so that's why we're requesting an amendment for that lot. The 247, after we cut the road in and graded that those lots where 221 and 222 are, we realized there's a lot more usable land up there than we had thought prior. I was hoping, we are doing a little bit of analysis right now with our builder to make sure the proper house can be built in that build pad that we're showing on 247. I thought we would have that done by now. Unfortunately, we don't quite have it done yet. So I guess I'm here tonight asking for an amendment for 237 to come into the plat. And I think we're a little uncertain about 247 right now. I think we'll know for sure by your meeting in May. And we'd like to come back and revisit the discussion on that lot in May if the planning commission's open to that.
What if the engineering work shows that that's gonna be problematic? What are your plans?
Going back to what's the
To a single lot
Yeah.
there with one,
and it's
with
not
the 127 and, well, you just take out 247, would that become part of 221 then, or part of 270?
222.
It was part of 222.
222.
Yeah, so and 222 was just a really, really big lot. And so we took part of that and turned it into two lots, 222 and 247.
So if that becomes problematic in your further review, you just go back to that being a single lot and not divided off?
Exactly, yeah.
That would be your
Yeah, we
plan?
would just go back to just excluding 247 from the plat. And it's not a question of engineering, it's
Topography issues with
it's just the size of homes.
a lot.
Yeah, well, we know like comfortably what you're showing right there, like a 4,000 square foot home can be built, but we anticipate somebody might want to build a bigger house than 4,000 square feet on that lot, and so that's kind of the analysis that's going on right now with our builder to see if a 5,000 or 6,000 square foot home or something like that can be built on that lot. So, and we don't want it to feel too squished, with a couple larger homes that are 5,000, 6,000 square feet. We want everyone to feel like there's plenty of elbow room up there. So we're just double checking ourselves.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
So,
Would we really have to bring it back if they decided to keep it as 221?
I guess not.
It's already
That's what's
approved
been
that
approved,
Yeah,
right?
together, right, isn't it?
I would just need to come back if we decide we want to request the 247.
Yeah, because the way it was originally approved, it was combined, that lot there, so it would just, you drop the idea of trying to make a separate lot out of it
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
But we still need to, tonight, we need to approve 237. So it was dropped off. It was originally not put on like you said, the original plat that was reviewed by our engineers.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't on there. And then you added it and we approved that final plat with the addition of that lot, but then you took it off.
Yeah.
So
I know.
we do need to add, we do need to amend then to put that lot back on.
Yeah, so if you're on that street looking at 237, it's downhill. And it's the lots to the side of it, the grades are fine. This one's in a little bit steeper little ravine. And so we were, from the plan before the road was cut in, we were really skeptical if you could build a driveway onto the build pad. But now that it's all, the road's cut in and all the grades are there, we feel like we can comfortably build a driveway and keep it at like 8% to get down to the build pad. So.
Okay. Any questions any of you have for Bucky on that? There's a couple of things that I want having to do with the general plan. Fees haven't been paid yet for the amendment, so that needs to be.
Are they the ones that the email that we were just going,
Yeah.
they went out today, so
Did they?
they should be
Okay.
hitting the city's account today or
Okay.
tomorrow.
All right, very good. We still need to review the water shares on
The 230 set, yeah,
these lots to make sure that,
that I've deeded enough.
yeah, that there's enough there. So we need to, I'm gonna suggest to the planning commission that the amendment gets approved with conditions, and that's one of them.
Mm.
We're required to have deeded water shares on a final plat approval. So that's one thing that, then with fees, sounds like they're addressed. Another thing that we need to do in concert with you, Bucky, is change a part of that public road now to a private road.
Yeah,
And same way as we did before
Yeah.
with that other. And we have to have a public hearing to do that. And I think, I'm talking to Jody, and I believe we can do that in our May
oh,
meeting.
okay,
I think there's enough time between now and then to publish that and any public input so that we can, it's a process that we have to go through and do, which we've agreed to do already.
Mhm.
And we just need to do it and working in concert with you to get that done.
Yeah, I've got the paperwork. I just met with our attorney yesterday. He's drafting the paperwork right now.
Okay,
So it should be done anytime soon.
okay, if you can get it to us as soon as possible, because we'll probably use that as part of the public hearing information that goes out there.
Yeah,
Be specific to what that is. And there's some individuals too that need to be notified. I think they're kind of at the bottom of the cul-de-sac there, but they're within 300 feet of this part that will be private. And so we need to specifically inform them. We don't need their permission, but we need to inform them of the public hearing so they can comment if they choose to do that.
yeah, okay.
So
Sounds great.
those were the areas. Have you guys looked closely at that turnaround that's down, that you're putting in place down there
The
by?
hammerhead.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you comfortable with that in its size and being sufficient to?
Isn't that something Ted's gotta go deal with?
He does.
That's a fire
He
item.
does. And we've looked at it already when the final plat. And I got talking with Jody about it today, and we're probably going to use some of that to push snow into as we come down there.
Yeah.
Because we can't push it through your gates there. And so if we do that, is that gonna limit
The turnaround.
the turnaround area? And So,
I mean, I think we're, on paper, it looks plenty big enough. It looks like we can push even snow onto the shoulders past the curbing of the hammerhead. I think what we've experienced with doing a lot of snow removal up here is we'll find somewhere to put the snow. We always do. Everyone does.
yeah,
So we have those big snow blower attachments on the end of our skid steers that throw the snow way over the curb, and so
okay.
so we're not overly worried about it, but
But we may take another look at it and just kind of satisfy ourselves too that we're good
yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
So,
we did go through it with Ted and the city engineer. I mean, our engineer and the city engineer and Ted all met, and it meets city codes, and
I noticed that he did say that it was code compliant.
yeah.
The size and so forth there, so.
Yeah, we want to make sure that, I mean, our thinking is that there's going to be shoulders beyond the curb, which is a great place to push snow to as well.
Yeah,
So,
okay. So those are the only, so we've got the public roads deeding to Summit Creek. Review of water shares and fees paid. So if one of you want to make an approval of adding at this time the lot 237 to the final plat, conditions that those 3 areas get addressed to comply with our city code. They word it however you'd like.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended plat for Summit Creek for lot 237. Review of water shares and make sure the fees are paid.
Fees are paid and the public road
Public road
deeded
to the city.
to Summit Creek.
To Summit Creek?
Yeah, the private road.
The private,
'Cause it'll be
you said
private.
public road, so yes. So
Well, it is public, it has been
has
public
been public,
now.
and it's
So
gonna,
it needs to be deeded to
To-
Summit Creek.
so to be deeded to Summit Creek.
Yeah, for their private
Okay.
use.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, let me make a note here.
and just to, I don't know if it's helpful or gives you any comfort or anything, but our development agreement does require us to work through the paperwork of taking that portion of the road, turning it private and deeding it to the HOA.
Yeah.
So the county won't let the plat get recorded without that being done properly. And so,
That makes sense.
Okay. And that's, it's, yeah,
yeah,
2 areas, code compliant and that specifically, the development agreement was amended to address that when those issues were first presented to us, so.
yeah.
If you can stay in touch with us or with me on the paperwork when your attorney gets ready for that, and that'll help us know a little bit more when we need to get the publication in so that,
Perfect. Yeah, I'm hoping early next week I'll have the first draft of that paperwork.
okay.
So, are you gonna check on the water rights, or is that something you want me to check on?
Yeah, if you check on them and see where you stand,
Yeah, I will. I've got a tally. I've got a spreadsheet of a tally, so
okay.
I can do that. So,
Very well.
well, thank you. Appreciate
Okay,
the consideration, and we'll get these conditions met and move on.
very good.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming down, Bucky.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful lots in there.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a good spot. So It's hard to find a bad spot in Woodland Hills, though. Every time I drive down here for work, I'm like, oh, it's so hard to leave. Gotta get those kids a little older so I can move in.
Yeah.
They're all in the trenches in high school and friends, and you know how that goes.
Yeah, those trenches are strong.
Yeah.
So,
Got a son who's still mad at me for when he moved out of California back to Virginia. Yeah, he's a junior in high school. So,
Sometimes you gotta go.
yeah.
Makes them mad, but they adapt.
yeah.
He didn't marry her, so. I'd like to think you married somebody better, and I think you did, so.
Anything else you need from me?
No, I think that takes care of it.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Appreciate the time. Have a good day.
You bet, you too. I don't have any other items for
What's
planning.
knowing me?
I've asked Jody to include that all the time, just in case there's some issues or things that we need to discuss and things. And I don't know, are there any of that you let me share one thing. Friday, we're having a variance hearing on two requests that have been made. One is from a homeowner up on, what's the one just below the cul-de-sac below Deep Forest?
Is it Bridger?
Yeah,
Bridger Circle?
yeah. His name is Aaron Lloyd, and the council approved a variance, which by ordinance they can, to his driveway slope. It exceeded.
15%.
Yeah. And so they approved that. In order to get that slope, he had to get closer to the property line than 20 feet. And the council can't approve that. So he's written a variance request, and there will be this hearing officer. We've used her once or twice in the past. She's an attorney. She will come here Friday and hear that request. And also, he made his culvert too small. So that's part of the request as well. So that's one request. There'll be a second hearing of an individual over in Summit Creek. His name is Galen Briggs.
Okay.
Severn knows him, it's in their ward. He wants to build a garage, another garage, off the back corner of his house for a boat and a trailer. When the house was built as a spec home, and he bought it, and it was conditioned. Bucky told him that he could put a garage in. With the HOA, it's okay, but it's too close to property lines for the size that he needs to make it. So he's gonna request a variance in order to put this garage in off the corner of his house.
How close do you want to put it?
The issue is he can fit accessory building standards, but it's going to be closer than 20 feet to his house. So
That's
it
where
can't
the
be
variance-
accessory building standards. It has to be the house standards. So that's what he's got to meet. And so I don't know which way it's going to go, but so that'll, just for your information, that'll be on Friday. And we're going to do that. So Really no other updates. The one thing I don't remember if I shared with you or not, the Fujas have filed against Adams Engineer. And so that's going to court. So I don't know where that will end up. That's not anything to do with the city. I mean, it directly, we obviously had a lot of interaction with their engineer during the build, but it's a separate suit that they filed against their Adams Engineer. So
Did the judge approve the extension?
hasn't said anything about that yet.
Okay.
So we're still waiting. Take a motion to dismiss.
I'll make a motion to dismiss.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's. Lori, would you?
Ryan, I hope
Ryan,
you're really
thanks.
at Lake Powell.
No, I'm in Long Beach. This is
Gotta be
just one of my pictures.
Thanks for being with us tonight, Brian.
Of course, I appreciate. I was a little nervous as when Jody came down because I texted you and you weren't responding. I'm like, I don't know if I should wait. So
We were actually waiting for Bucky
Lauren,
called and said it'd be late.
gotcha.
So just decided to wait for him to show up and